really looking forward to hearing speech 9. Obviously, Fallon set a pretty high bar when she presented her breast cancer awareness. And the speech objectives today are to persuade the listeners to adopt the viewpoint of the speaker, to appeal to our interests in general, to use logic and emotion to support his position, and try to avoid using notes. The speech is 5 to 7 minutes. Speech number 9, Persuade with Power. The speech name is Adopt a Rescue Dog. Please help me welcome Louise Saenz to the podium.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters, and I would like to start asking you, how many of you are pet lovers? How many of you have cats or dogs? You know?
Oh.
So, the next time that you're considering to get a new furry family member, I want you to consider adopting a pet from an animal shelter. The first time that I hear a friend of mine refer to his dog as a rescue dog, it was a few months after I had moved into the States. And I thought that what he meant was that his dog was actually trained to rescue people. It was a special kind of hero dog, and somehow I was mesmerized by this really smart dog, and I knew I would be safe from any dangerous situation if the dog was around. It wasn't until a few years later that I was ready to have my own dog. And I wanted to get a boxer, so I started doing some research online. And I wanted to get a boxer because that was the kind of dogs that I had growing up. Once that I started doing my research online, I came across a bunch of organizations, animal shelters and rescue organizations that's where my dog Theo came from. And obviously he was a dog from a rescue organization, and he became my best friend, and he became my hero. He was my own rescue kind of hero dog. And he wasn't a pure boxer dog, pure breed dog. I started looking for it, and I ended up with a dog that was a mix of boxer, chow, golden retriever, pit bull, and whatever else you want to put into the mix. But as I say, he was a great dog, and I lost him last summer. And after that, I became an advocate for rescue dogs and for the organizations. So today I'm going to talk to you of the benefits of adopting a dog from a rescue organization. First, you will be saving a life. And by adopting a pet, you will also be opening the space for another pet to come into the shelter and be safe as well. Currently in the United States, about 2.7 million dogs and cats are in shelters, and they get euthanized because there's not enough people adopting them. So think about that. The second point is that you will be getting a great animal. Most of the dogs that are on the animal shelters are there not because there's something wrong with them, but mostly because there's something wrong, like a human problem, like people getting divorced or dead in the family or moving to another city, and most of the times they leave them behind, or if they're not taken to an animal shelter. Third, you will get a great bargain for the price. The fee that you get paid to get your pet normally includes the first round of vaccinations to spay and neuter the dog, and most of the times to be microchipped as well. And you will be rewarded and used to go with kisses and furs from your pet. The next one, that is one of my favorite ones, you will get the bragging rights. Now you can say that you have your own rescue dog, and if it's your thing, that take selfies, post it on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or whatever the soup of the day app is. And just make sure to let the other people know that you support the rescue shelters and for them to be part of it. The next one is your home decor will appreciate it, right? So most of these dogs that come out of the shelters, they have some training or they're house trained already. So you will not only be saving the dog, but you will be saving, or a pet, you will be saving your rug and a piece of couch or a chair or whatever they try to make their own. I have 2 dogs that came out of a program that brings stray dogs into the prison. And the inmates work on giving them basic training. So my dogs came with, they were house trained, but also had some basic tricks and training that, you know, I really enjoy. And then besides adopting a dog and saving a dog's life, you're also helping reform the inmates because they're learning to acquire responsibility and life skills. The next one, you will be fighting the puppy mills, which are like factory-style breeding facilities, and that they put, I guess, profit before the welfare of the animals. So by adopting a dog, you will not be supporting these kind of facilities. Then, studies show that adopting a pet and taking care of a pet is good for your self-esteem and your own health. As I say, studies show that taking care of a companion pet helps you, or gives people the sense of fulfillment, and they feel less isolated and sad. So by saving a pet, you will also be taking care of yourself and your self-esteem. And finally, you will be changing a pet's whole world. And he will become your best new friend. And honestly, what could be better than that? Thank you so much.
Thank you. Sorry, I forgot last time.
I think I'm sick. I
Can
gotta
you give
go.
us 1 minute on the clock? Or